How's it going, everyone? Right now, I'm going to share a wealth transfer vision that I had, or better yet said, a kingdom transfer vision. So, right here, I'm going to play the video. Now, as you can see, there's a little tree growing out of an old stump. And how can I say this? I was hiking. This is somewhere in Canada. And where I was at, there's big trees, but a lot of these big trees, there's a section of this park that a lot of these big trees were chopped down, or they broke. It looked like they were chopped down, but amazingly, there was another tree growing out of it. It was my first time seeing anything like that, and God gave me a vision, of what's about to come, of what's happening right now, that a lot of these old kings, old managers, old supervisors, ministers, anybody in the top heads, they're going to be removed and replaced. We're in this era right now. It's happening right now, and God is reminding me that it's still in progress. But regarding the kingdom transfer, he's letting me know that there's new leaders, new kings, new presidents on their way to the throne. There's a lot people, in charge of things in the communities, mayors, all of this, governors. A lot of these people are being dethroned and being replaced. So we're in this season right now. A lot of people do not mention the kingdom transfer, but it has to do a lot with the wealth transfer as well. But I don't hear a lot of people talk about the kingdom transfer, because I think that's better yet, a better word to say it, because if we're going to be transferring powers to other people or better equipped people. So it's amazing how this how you can see this tree growing out of this old stump, like it's growing out of the old system, or it overcame the old system. And I'm going to read a verse, guys, right now, and it's going to be in Ecclesiastes 4, verse 13 to 16. Ecclesiastes 4, verse 13 to 16. I'm going to read it on the ESV version. Sometimes it's a little bit more understanding for a lot of people in this version. So I'm going to read it right now. It says, "Better was a poor and wise youth than an old foolish king who no longer knew how to take advice. For he went from prison to the throne, though in his own kingdom he had been poor. I saw all the living who move about under the sun along with that youth who was to stand in the king's place, aka the successor," right? "There was no end of all the people, all of whom he led. Yet those who came later will not rejoice in him." That's the next generation that's coming after that new youth replacing that king. So let me repeat that verse 16 again. "There was no end of all the people, all whom he led. Yet those who come later will not rejoice in him. Surely this is also vanity and striving after the wind." So it gave me that verse in my head when I saw this guy. When I'm seeing this video, I'm just gonna replay it back and forth, that video. But it's amazing, guys. When I saw that, God was letting me know that also about the wealth transfer, that there's a new money system in the way, and it's going to overtake the old system. The old monetary system, it's going to be done, and we're going to use a new money system very, very soon. This is what I saw about this tree. You can see it's I'm gonna pause it so you can kind of see it. You can see it's what do you call that? It's roots overtaking the old stump. The old stump is not even alive, if anything. But it's amazing how it took, when you see this in real life, I'm like, wow. And God just clearly gave me a vision that not only is just the new monetary system, but the people in charge of it. the people on top of it, the Josephs, because when the whole world was in scarcity, when the whole world was facing a famine, a drought, in those days of Joseph, where were all these people heading? They were all heading to Egypt, because only Egypt had food, and because there was only one wise person through God that was able to know what was coming ahead, and he was able to prepare, while the rest of the world didn't know what was happening. Because if the rest of the world knew what was happening, they would be prepared. They wouldn't be going to Egypt to get some food. But God was with Joseph. He gave him that vision of 7 years of prosperity, following up with that before the 7 years of famine. So he was able to prepare during those 7 years and just accumulating in storehouses, and even storehouses in different cities throughout the country of Egypt. So this man was really smart, and that's why he was hired, and not only hired, but he was also just managing all the positions of Pharaoh. He was anywhere where he went, he was commanded to have respect as a king. So Joseph, that's the thing about Egypt. Once when the food is in Egypt, who's going to be in the throne? Joseph or Pharaoh? Because the time of Pharaoh is already running out, guys. And Pharaoh is gonna be like, okay, this is a lot. We gotta put somebody in the throne that knows what he's doing. Because I don't know about all of this. Pharaoh, remember that story, guys. Pharaoh was like, I'm not even, you look like you already know what you're doing. God revealed this to you. I trust in your Lord. So I'm going to put all the charge on you. All the responsibilities is going to be on you, and what's going to happen, what you're going to do, because I don't know nothing of this stuff. But I will keep the title of being Pharaoh because of my ego, right? So, but in the end, Joseph was taking charge of everything. He was, it was amazing. And just imagine if the whole world, tribes and everybody was heading to Egypt for food. Everybody was bringing money to Egypt for food. It was that bad, guys. And when I see this tree just growing out of the stump, or these various stumps, it's just amazing. It reminds me of how this new generation is going to thrive, in this era. So regarding the wealth transfer and the kingdom transfer. So as you can see here, guys, it's just amazing. I'm just replaying the video, and it's just beautiful how this happens. I guess this was like my first time. Yeah, this was my first time seeing this as I was hiking in this park. And I'm like, wow, it's just beautiful, guys, beautiful. And it just let me know that if God wants something to grow, he will make it grow. And it will not stop it. Guys, keep yourself in prayer. Always pray to God about when you possess your portion of the wealth transfer, to lead you, to guide you, to not be how can I say this, distracted. As I saw this recent video about a brother, he was talking about distractions. I think it was yesterday. But that's very important, guys. To follow the vision God gave you, and to follow his plan, and always pray about your well-being, and whatever God gives you, the agenda, the mission to do, to execute it, to not fail, and then to be obedient, in other words. So guys, thank you so much for listening, and that was it. I just wanted to share this vision that I had last week. This happened last week when I was hiking, and it's beautiful, guys. So all right, thank you for listening. God bless you all, guys. Have a good day. Have a good night.